Diane hasn't finished watching.
Yeah.
She leaves her. So I asked her, I said, what's wrong with you? They make me mad. She said, no, I just don't.
Call the October 16th, 2017 Polk City Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. Roll call.
Dietz.
Here.
Jenkins.
Here.
Vogel.
Here.
Bowersox.
Here.
Olfest.
Here.
Sires.
Item 3, approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Yours.
Whatever.
All in favor? Aye. Item 4, audience, items not on the agenda to be discussed at this time. Anybody have any items not on the agenda? Hearing none. Item 5, approval of the P&Z Commission meeting minutes for September 18th, 2017.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And I'll abstain.
All right. Item 6, Crossroads at the Lakes. 6A, consider motion to recommend council approve the rezoning of 0.85 acres in Crossroads at the Lakes from PUD to C2. Then 6B will be consider motion to recommend council approve the revised PUD master plan for Crossroads at the Lakes. So, Karen, we can start with you, or work best?
Go ahead. Okay. Good evening, Erin Olendike, Civil Design Maintenance. My address 3405 Southeast Crossroads Drive, Suite G, Grimes. Here tonight on behalf of the owner developer of this project, Community Development. Phil Kimberly is also present in the audience to answer any questions that you might have. For you tonight is a request to rezone a approximately 35 strip of property located on the southern portion of the existing commercial off of South 3rd Street. The reasoning for this change to the zoning is because the developer has a proposed user for this center lot, which is approximately 3 acres. And in order to develop what they need on the site, they need 285 feet of depth for their building. And currently there's only 250 feet, so that is why we are here before you tonight. This area over here would still have the restrictions on it that were placed before, and this row of trees adjacent to the green family would still remain. The only thing I mentioned, it's obviously it's related to this, is the minor update to the PUD master plan, that just because we're taking out that 35 feet, there is a little bit, a loss of a couple lots, the cul-de-sac shortened a little bit, and some minor changes that way, otherwise the PUD master plan essentially looks the same.
It's nice to have somebody who wants to go in there already. Yeah.
Sometimes as things move forward, we carry chips on our shoulder, and I always wanted the commercial to be deeper anyway. So I was very pleased. minor rezoning, make a motion that we recommend the council to approve a minor rezoning of 0.85 acres in the crossroads at the lakes from PUD deer do not bother them. Yeah, and I had success with
I
that.
tried one and the deer got it.
Oh, really?
They went right to it, they thought it was a formidable
Lunch.
and one price pays all, so.
from our end. All comments were addressed other than 3 comments, and they all are related to streetlights and electrical distribution system. We've asked them to provide us we've already reviewed the streetlight design for plats 1 and 2, but we hadn't seen it for plat 3, so I know that's in process, or as I understand it, it's in process. And the other comment is that showing a PUE along Broadway that would facilitate just in front of lots 1 through 4, it's not needed on lot A, that would facilitate the electrical distribution system and the streetlights, and then providing a legal description for that PUE, which will probably be like, the southwest 10 feet or whatever of lots 1 through 4. But so depending on the timing of how quick you can get Mid-Am's proposal back, we'll make a little bit of a determination on the timing on the acceptance for plat 3 public improvements, which would in this case include the trail that's on lot A. We would defer acceptance of that section of the trail since the city wouldn't otherwise own the land that the trail's sitting on.
Right. Okay. Questions from the audience? Commission?
I noticed that this has notes about minimum basement elevation and stuff, so is this in,
Yeah, I should say, there's an outlot X and outlot Y and outlot Z that are within the ponding elevation for the FEMA flood for the Corps of Engineers property. So those outlots are separated so that it doesn't trigger flood insurance requirements on those lots. There will be record of lot tie agreements that tie the outlot to the adjoining lot.
okay.
And that should be listed in the list of legal documents for this one. Yeah.
Just,
Yep.
but the property itself is high enough and that
Yeah, and those elevations that are listed, they actually have, the minimum basement elevation is more than, or at least 1 foot, if not more than 1 foot above the 100-year flood elevation of that ponding for the back quarter of the barrier dam.
thank you.
And it is a little bit different than sometimes what we'll see at detention basins, where it's actually the basement floor elevation. So they can't like have just a lookout window and go to that elevation. It's actually the floor. So they have to be raised. The whole entire structure is raised above that.
Kathleen, just to be clear, so by having outlet Y and outlet Z, these lots cannot qualify to buy flood insurance?
No, they're not required
Not
to.
required?
Yep.
Okay. But they can
They can.
buy it?
Sure.
FEMA, right?
Well, you buy it from your insurance company, but yeah.
But it's through the FEMA program.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't preclude that. It just means that when they're closing, they don't find out then that they are absolutely required to. So, and we've done that before in some other lots. I believe in Lost Lakes may have had a couple lots like that. I know I've done it in a couple other plats. Sorry, I can't remember which ones.
I think Whitetail has
Hill Ridge 2 has a couple.
Yeah, yeah.
So these people know what they're getting into.
Pardon?
They know what they're getting into.
Yeah,
Lost Lake States, I think, have a couple.
yeah. We've got them here and there. And the regular lot tie just means that they can't obviously sell it to somebody else. It's
Sure.
still a part of the parcel.
So I'll make a motion that we recommend the council approval of the final plat for Deer Haven Plat 3, subject to engineer's comments and recommendations dated October 11, 2017.
Second.
Roll?
Olfest,
Yes.
Sires,
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Hankins,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Bowersock.
Yes.
Thank you. Item 10, council liaison report.
I'd just like to say that we're getting a lot of comments from the public about all the things that are going on in Polk City right now. There seems to be lots of building, lots of things going on. hopefully we're on the right track with this. I know we couldn't be without the input of the Planning and Zoning Commission, and I just want to say that I appreciate you guys' input and how hard you work on these things.
Thank you. Likewise to you.
Thank you for your hard work.
You're not running for reelection yet, are you? You're not running for reelection.
No, I'm not up this time. But I'm sure you guys will still be here in 2 years.
Item 11, staff report.
I only have one item, and that is staff welcome to Doug Olfest. Excuse me. Through a project in town that Doug ended up being the foreman on, for lack of another word to call. I got to learn some of his abilities, see some of his skills in action. And as a side comment with him several months ago, I said, you know, Polk City could really use some of your expertise. You've seen it on the builder side. You know, wouldn't be a bad fit to the P&Z. He says, well, if an opening ever comes up, let me know. So James Hill put in his resignation to continue on with the school board. He had made application by that time, and we thought he would be a good fit. So Doug, welcome very much.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Welcome.
Now, if the tables will switch, you get to tell me what to do.
Anything else from staff?
Staff has nothing else at this time.
Item 12, commission report.
The MPO is sponsoring a presentation down at the State Historical Building, actually it's tomorrow, about parking. The title is Parkability, the Price and Politics of Parking. Don Shoup, who has a book out and apparently he's a local expert on that stuff, was presenting. I don't know that we have a huge parking issue in Polk City right now, but if that's of interest, it's from noon to 1 o'clock at the State Historical Building.
Anything else? Nothing? All right. Item 13, adjourn until October 16th.
Make a
That
motion.
should cover November.
November.
That's the day.
I simply read it to point out your mistake.
I see clear away.
It hit me when I said it. I'm like,
No, you. It's done.